Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Vet Chats, where we help veterans share their awesome stories and help make the veteran community a better place for all. Yes, that means for you too. All right, so today we're going to be talking about why you feel you need permission. You're a civilian now, you need to stop asking for permission. Have you felt like you needed to ask for permission before you felt comfortable? I definitely have. I know this might not be one that everyone will relate to, but if you feel this, you feel this. So this can be career choices, can be how you use your free time, what goals you have, or even how you present yourself. You feel like you need approval, you need somebody to co-sign this. And this keeps us from committing to things or going after things we really desire. It leaves us feeling like we're blowing in the wind and hoping we land on something good, or somebody's going to suggest something, or just some way it will fall in our lap. And when we are constantly waiting for permission, we are wasting our own time, and we could be working towards something. And this can be really frustrating because maybe in the military you felt super confident in everything you did, and now that you're out, you're wondering, where did that go? It's why am I constantly questioning myself, and why am I no longer confident? So here are some examples of where you may be looking for this external validation, where you may be asking for permission in your life. So this can look like looking to our peer groups, asking friends, what do you think? Or we feel we need someone to agree with our ideas before we go after them. We can do this with influencers, gurus, online personalities. I saw this person do it, so I feel like I can do it. Or they made these choices, so it makes me feel like I can do them. Or seeing them do that gives me permission to give myself to do that. It can also be parents, spouses, families, and especially if they did not approve of you getting out, you feel like you really need their permission before you do something, or you want their approval in your next choice. And one that everyone can agree with is your coworkers and your boss. You need them to approve your choices because that is what you did in the military. That mindset of your boss has the ultimate decision is still being carried with you. So why do some of us as veterans feel the need to ask permission for things in our life? For years after I got out, I felt like I needed permission from others in order to feel confident in something I wanted to pursue. It was like I finally had the freedom to make choices, and yet I still feel the need to have permission. It's such a strange dichotomy. And this problem, like most of things we deal with as vets, it's deeply rooted in military culture. In uniform, most of our decisions were made for us. They came from the top down, and there wasn't much we could do about them. You were conditioned to obey orders at face value, and that doesn't just go away because you're not in uniform anymore. When we get out, we feel so overwhelmed with our freedom, with our choices, and the endless amounts of decisions, and this kind of makes us crave that simplicity of just being told what to do. It's easier to just ask someone else, or that need for permission can come from this. It can be explained through loss of structure. The military is very structured, and all those automatic decisions that were made for you. You were told what to wear, how to look, when to be somewhere. You had a plan of the day, and the instructions were spelled out for you. And if you wanted to go on leave, you needed permission. If you wanted to get out of the barracks, if you needed to call in sick, you needed to have permission, even to drive more than 100 miles. Like everything you did, you needed to have an approval of it. So it's no question of why you might feel like that. Internally, you might not even realize this is where it's coming from, but you're feeling like that in your civilian life. So this is not a sign of weakness, but it's just a product of the unique challenges we face as veterans entering into civilian life. A crucial part of this is identifying that as an issue, because once you understand that maybe your commitment issues or maybe your indecisiveness, it's actually coming from a need for permission, you can start to remedy that. You can start to look at your actions from a different perspective, and hopefully you'll have a more understanding perspective and more grace for yourself. And feel free to voice this to anyone around you. Let them know that you feel like you have a need to have permission from those around you. And they can help remind you that you're in charge. You get to make the decisions now. You do not need that external validation because it's actually slowing you down. And also, I'd like to point out this is why veterans gravitate towards those careers that are more structured and don't give you as much control over your decisions, like law enforcement or maybe culinary, like working in a kitchen, or something high paced where you're not really thinking, you're just doing and following an order, which is totally okay. But it just makes sense, right? When you think about it. So, what are some ways that we can start to take back that control of our life? You could start this week by writing down areas of your life where you feel like you need permission. If you have the Veteran Workbook, this is big on theme 4, which is taking back control of your life, and you can find that on page 13. So once you start to notice where you're seeking this permission and who you're going to for that permission, you'll probably realize that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't match up. The people that you're asking for permission from have probably no clue what it's like to be in your shoes, and they can't really understand your situation. We need to trust our intuition and realize that we can do things on our own. We don't need the okay from others. And in order to feel confident in this, it takes time to build that trust back up in yourself. And this is also on theme 20 if you have the Veteran Workbook, which is trust yourself. But I'd just like to share, here are some small ways that you can start to rebuild that trust. And that's creating a routine that supports your values, building that routine that you're doing what you need to do every day. Say you're valuing working out, being healthy, so you have that in your routine. You can trust that. And once you build something like that, you can trust, you're building that trust in yourself again and committing to that routine, right? Avoiding distractions, which is huge. I feel like our world is just full of distractions. I mean, I will open my phone to do one thing, and next thing I know, like 10 minutes have flown by, because distractions are they're profiting off our distractions. So to eliminate distractions and really prioritize your tasks, you're going to get more done. And when you get more done, you're going to start trusting yourself and trusting your ability to do things to obtain goals. Another tip is decluttering your space. And yes, this includes your phone. Get rid of all of the things that don't serve you, that are around you. We really are in a culture that values material things. And so we feel like we need all these things, but we really don't. So just take a look at your space and setting up boundaries, especially with people, and enforcing them, because there's going to be people in your life that you are seeking permission for, and they are expecting that. You feel like you have to ask them for permission, and they probably feel like they deserve to give you that permission. So just recheck all these relationships, and by looking at them from this angle, you're going to realize why you're doing that and where that's coming from. And eventually you could cut it out on that and set up a boundary with them. Yeah, cut the fat. We're often overloaded with information, so really try to pay attention to what's important to you. Do you really need to watch a minute-long video on why a girl wore red nail polish for a year straight? I catch myself doing that. I'm like, how is this serving me? Why am I doing this? Yes, it's fun to have mindless content once in a while, but usually that catches me at a time where I'm supposed to be doing something, and you just need to be aware of what you're doing and get it out of the way. And another great thing is connecting with other veterans, because like always, you aren't alone on this. A lot of us feel this way. And you can reach out to veterans in our Facebook group, the Millennial Veterans. If you ever want to talk about it, send me a DM. I love talking about this stuff. And always, if things get too overwhelming, never hesitate to seek professional help. It's 2024. We support mental health and seeking therapy, especially in the veteran community. Absolutely. So in summary, after the military, you're going to feel like you need to have permission and things, and you don't. And this is completely normal, and you're already on the right track to fixing this little area in your life that will make a big difference. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Please feel free to leave me a review, send me a DM. I'd love to know your thoughts, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.